Hello everybody, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I hope I'm right. It's been a week for me, even though it's only been 6 days of that week. 5 technically, like in extreme technicality. But that's cool. It's morning, is Wednesday, we're here. I'm happy to be here. And we're gonna play some more Paper Mario Color Splash. So welcome in anyone who happens to be here or who chooses to stop by today. Even though they might be lurking, congratulations Petulant Comrade for redeeming first. You get to be the first viewer to redeem first as the first reward of the stream, as the first reward redeemed this week. So there are a lot of firsts to go around on this particular one. Yeah. And wonderful to see all of you, even those who pop in and don't say so. So here we are, here we go, here we're going. I've been playing Color Splash for probably, I feel like it's only like a month and a half to 2 months approximately. This game is going very quickly, but I've been playing through all the Paper Mario RPGs on stream, starting with the original 64, and we've made it all the way to Color Splash. We did kind of like quasi skip Sticker Star, unless that's the one that's coming up next, because I don't have the hardware to stream that right now. However, I do have a notice of shipping, so that is progress in that direction, and we'll see how that goes. But my plan is, when we finish up this game, we are going to pop back over to Origami King on the Switch and see how that goes. I did playtest it last week, and it seems like the cutest thing. I say that I feel about all Paper Mario games, and so I want to preface this. Also, we have mail. Hello, Sammy Love. Nice to see you. Happy morning. Hope you're having, well, happy morning for me. Hope you're having a good day. So one of the things that I have been finding interesting is that I actually honestly love every Paper Mario game I've ever played, while also recognizing that I think of them, and this is probably a controversial opinion, Thousand Year Door is probably the best constructed game out of all of them. I do have so much nostalgia for Super Paper Mario as well, and so I probably can't factor that out entirely. So Sammy Love, that was my aim. I did 100%, so the metric is a little bit more confusing in Paper Mario 64, so I don't know if what I got was a community, like, approved 100%, but I 100%ed the game according to me in terms of what I could collect within the game. Thousand Year Door, I did like everything, actually. I got all the recipes, I got all the badges, I got the Pit of 100 Trials, literally everything I could. And Super Paper Mario, same thing. I got every single enemy card, every single recipe done, every single thing that was a collectible was done. And we are aiming for that as well in Color Splash, with 100% in the museum, getting all the blue flags in the plaza, trying to like 100% colorize the world, which is part of the blue flags. So like there's a little bit of overlap with some of this, but I am absolutely aiming to do like as much as I can of the content. I'm a serial completionist when it comes to games that have any sort of measurable metrics. So I'm also really excited to get to Origami King because it has collectibles and they're cute. So I need to not forget why I'm here. The first reason that I'm here is I have mail. All of the Paper Mario and Mario RPG games. See, that, to me, that's very impressive. So, congratulations, Sammy Love. I am very much, like, impressed by that. I have never done that for the other Mario RPG games. This is not the post office. I went into the wrong building. That's okay. Because I think most likely the Mario and Luigi games would count as, the Mario and Luigi games would count as Mario RPG category games, and I can't even beat most of those. It is a very different, I would consider it a different skill set, and I don't have it. So, in total honesty, I have some of those games and I can't even get past the second boss in most of them. So, I have basically no shot at 100%ing it without a lot more work. So, congrats to you. I'm impressed. So, my mail today.
Dear Mario, this is the foreman from Toad Train Works. As you know, I was gonna retire after repairing that train engine. The thing is, I fixed it up so good, the Toads upstairs decided to keep the Sunset Express on the tracks, which got me thinking. Maybe now's not the time for me to retire. If that old hunk of junk can stay off the tracks, so can I. And so can you, Mario. Never give up. The foreman.
Aww, that's such a nice letter. Aww, that's so sweet. Okay, that also was not a necessary letter, but we're here. So the other thing we're going to do here is we are going to go back to the harbor and we're going to check in with that toad in the trash can to see what our next hint is going to be. Because I think we used our last one. I, at the very least, do not remember what the current one is, and so it's pretty important that I check. Superstar Saga is hard mainly because you have to battle the final boss with 1 health, but yeah. Yeah. That would be hard. I would find that a struggle. I do want to know about a thing, Toad in the Trash Can. You must seek a thing that is full of hot wind. Seek inside a mountain in a place filled with steam. Okay, so I can tell you right now that I don't have that. And I also don't know what it is or where it is. Full of hot wind. Huh. But that's okay, because there are places that I haven't been to yet. Ooh. Ooh, I have so many things. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of big things. Hold up. So let's take a look at our cards, because we're here, and every once in a while Kamek just jumps on us and like makes us regret all of our life choices, including how we've organized our hand. So let's just take a quick look, because I have 4 paint mushrooms, 1 mega mushroom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 big mushrooms. So that is 17 cards before I get to my 2 like battle cards. So 19 cards total at the front of my hand right now that are like not useful if Kamek jumps into the game. So 19, that's important. And right now at the back we have 6 things and 5 replicated things. So 11 total. I am going to ruin that almost immediately because I am going to put the Buzzy Beetle at the front. Along with some of these other cards that I just don't know that I'm going to need. I kind of want to remember that I have them because I want to remember to use them when I have like lots of paint. Am I certain that big E-camera ×2 isn't supposed to go into the museum? No, I am not certain. And so, no, I don't want to put it in the trash. Thank you. So I might take a quick dive into the museum while I'm here. So now I have 7 cards. 7 cards at the front that are there. Okay, so the battle mechanic in this game, just for anybody who happens to be here and hasn't played it, the battle mechanic is card-based. You can collect cards from interacting with the world. And so they're relatively easy to get and to find or to buy if you happen to have the money to do that. This game is very money generous, and so that tends to not be as hard as it might sound. But in order to play the cards, some of them, the more expensive ones, will come pre-painted. Those are like rarer cards and they're easier to use. But okay, I think that e-camera matters. But some of them come unpainted, and so we have a paint meter. We use it to colorize the world, but we also use it to colorize cards. And so whenever I find a card that I think, oh, this is going to take a lot, especially of a specific color of paint, I like being able to budget when I use it, and so I want to be aware that I have it. Do I still need to battle the final boss? Yes, Sammy Love, I am still in the story part of the game, as opposed to the end game content, which I'm not even sure what that looks like. I've never played this game to the end before. So currently I am in the chapter before the final boss chapter. I'm working on getting the green paint star. It's not imminent. I feel like we have a few levels that we're going to need to complete. Ooh. Oh, there's lots of cards that I can donate. Well, that's exciting. Fine, I will donate my massive mushroom because it's important to me that I 100% this. Awesome. How are we doing on this one? Practicing blocking. On the final phase, it's mandatory. I do try to block every single attack. My success rate is probably somewhere in the 75%, so that is good to know that blocking is mandatory. Whew. It also doesn't surprise me. That's been a relatively common thing in the Paper Mario games, is that there's certain things that you basically have to block or you're screwed. But I appreciate that. Okay. So I'm probably missing... Hold on, let's go to the first page of this guy. So I'm looking at the cards that I've donated right now. Somehow I feel as though this is going to be something like a mega jump as opposed to like a big jump times 3. So I'm kind of looking for a mega jump, possibly a mega line jump, possibly a mega hop slipper, possibly a mega iron jump, because we've just found a mega mushroom, and so we know that's a thing. And those are probably like late game cards, so that makes sense. Okay, huge hammer. So we're missing big hammer times 2 because we just got big jump times 2. Huge hammer, huge KO hammer, probably. Huge eek hammer, maybe. Is that going to be a hurl hammer times 3? That would be pretty cool. Honestly, we're not missing a lot. That's good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna die immediately if you don't block this attack, but if he's getting better by more than you can damage him for, what even is the point? Okay, so our museum's pretty up to date right now. I'm glad we did that. Let us take stock of our cards again, because... Okay, yeah. So now there's 6 cards at the front, and then... slightly less. Then I think there's 18 cards now before we get to the functional ones. And so at the back, we still have 6 plus 5, and then we're in. And if the paint can dies, you will. Fair enough. Huey does seem intrinsic to our survival. This poor Toad. Just wanting to do his thing. Let's see. Oh, hey. Hey, we might get some continuation of the random side story. Because I'm seeing some people back and a tree. Okay, let's see what's up with this. So we've been completing the side quest of saving a whole bunch of toads that are friends and then checking in on them as they attempt to grow a tree, I guess. They've been told when it blooms there's going to be a friend who stops by. So let's see where we're at with this, because I feel like we're getting a new cutscene.
Oh yeah, we did it! That is one healthy looking tree.
That's it. That is it. We got ourselves a healthy looking tree. Woo! And the tree gives me money. Okay. So their friend still hasn't returned, but they have successfully made a healthy looking tree. So that's good.
Goodkit 2010 just resubscribed for 12 months. Lady Quail 12 months.
Lady
Almost
Quail.
a year of Lady Quail.
I might have counted that wrong. Oops, there's a random Lady Kiwi whack in the middle there. We're fine. Good Cat, thank you so much for that resub. 12 whole months of resubs. Woo! That's very exciting. And you're right. That is like almost a year. Almost a year of Lady Kiwi. Wow. It's lovely to have you here this morning. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Lots of doubles. Double U's.
Sammy Love 65 is now following.
Thank you for the follow, Sammy Love. I appreciate that. The whack always comes when you least expect it. You're right, Good Cat. The whack always comes when you least expect it. Okay, so I think I'm actually ready to check out the next level. So we know we're looking for something in a mountain with lots of steam. There's going to be a thing there that's full of hot wind. And I think where we're at is we're pretty well contained to one route. So there's only one level that we can go into. But we do need to try this darn Rochambeau Temple again. So last stream I tried this Rochambeau Temple. Every time you finish a chapter and get a big paint star, the Rochambeau Temple gets a rock, paper, wizard final boss, like ascending per chapter. And that boss defeating them gives you, or sorry, that rock, paper, wizard defeating them gives you the boss card of the boss you just beat. So it's pretty important for the collectathon that I actually do this, but the Rochambeau temples are also hard RNG. Like, they're just annoying sometimes. And we lost to the Rock, Paper, Wizard twice last time, which is the maximum number of times you can try without resetting the temple, and it being like totally random. So this is the one where the first round opponent, I'm pretty sure, is random what he picks first, but then repeats the card. So all I have to do is not lose on the first turn, and I get to move on. And then I think the second round opponent, we're being told, is all chain and no chomp, but is the other way around in Rochambeau. And based on my experience of fighting them twice, that means they either use rock or scissors, but they're more likely to use scissors than rock, but they can use either. Oh, hi, Bad at Buttons. Welcome in. Thanks for redeeming third. I appreciate. Nice to see you this morning. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your Wednesday. So if I'm recollecting those things correctly, which I might not be, I know I'm going to face a fuzzy and then a chain chomp. And I think the fuzzy is random. You got your coca. I'm jealous. I'm actually regretting. I thought I needed hydration, so I have water. But I'm regretting not having a hot drink just for the comfort, you know? Just the comfortableness. I know, I am a fool. I'm not a fish. Buttons, how do you know that? I could be a fish. Okay, so I picked scissors both times I faced the fuzzy before. I succeeded the first time and failed the second time. What do I want to win with, I think, is going to be part of my strategy here. Because I know I'm going to use rock on the next guy. Maybe I'll use rock on this one, too. Let's just throw a rock. As long as he doesn't throw paper, we're fine. Sweet! Okay, he threw rock. That's good. That bodes well. So I think this hint is that he's never going to change his mind. So I'm going to throw paper next. Because that's what I did last time, and it worked. So, we'll throw paper, toss that at him. So, Buttons, if water is only for fish, what's cocoa for? Like, what do I have to be in order to enjoy hot cocoa? Woo, money! Literally making it rain. You're an Oompa Loompa? Oh, that's so valid. K. Menzel does call me small all the time. It can be for me too. I mean, K. Menzel's also monstrously tall, so, I mean, that's kind of his fault, but... Okay, so for this guy, I think he's gonna either use rock or scissors, but he's more likely to play scissors. I'm gonna play rock either way, because at the very least, that's a tie, even if it's not a win. So we're gonna hope I am again right. Perfect. And now we face the rock, paper, wizard again. And as far as I can tell, this feels like RNG to me. There's no logic behind what he's started with in any of the other temples. I've played rock, paper, rock. Ooh. That's an interesting suggestion, Sammy Love. I'm wondering if there's a way... So I did used to have, when I was in Thousand Year Door, or when I was playing Thousand Year Door and then again Super Paper Mario, I did have a redemption that affected gameplay that was basically like, you could choose whether or not I fought with my jump or with my hammer in the next combat, or you could choose what character I used in the following room, and as long as it was possible, I would do my best to do it. And so that is an interesting one, like being able to redeem for the use of a random card is interesting, and I did consider it. And so thank you very much for that suggestion. I will see if there is a way for me to make that happen for the remainder of my Color Splash gameplay. Okay, so trying to get into the head of this guy. Rock, paper, wizard. I've played rock and tied with it. Then I played paper and won. Then I played, hey K Menzel, welcome in. You're just in time to help me overthink this. Oh, I'm gonna overthink this so hard. And then I played rock and won. So, do I think he's going to play rock expecting to win and I should play paper? Or do I think he's going to play paper expecting to whoop me and I should play scissors? What do y'all think? Paper or scissors? Chad has a much better track record than I do. Always play with scissors, it's safe. So we have 2 scissors and 1 paper. Oh, okay. I'll try scissors. What's the worst that could happen? I'll just have to do this whole temple again? Oh, wait. Been there, done that. Ooh, we tied with scissors. Oh, that means we would have... Oh, no. That is not what I expected him to throw. I hate it. The worst that could happen is I'll poke my eye out. That's a good point, Buttons. Okay, so he used scissors that time. More overthinking, chat. So the last time he played something. Okay, I'm going to go with paper. I'm going to go with paper, and I'm going to lose, and it's fine, but I'm going to do it. I'm trying too hard. RNG is the enemy of... Oh, he did! I knew he was going to do this to me, chat. Because the last time I tied the rock, paper, wizard, he changed his to what would have beaten me. And so I just tried to outthink him, but he stayed the same. Just heckin' rude, man. Heckin' rude, rock, paper, wizard. The worst thing that can happen is you cut up your first edition holographic Charizard. That is a very solid point, Sammy Love.
Settle down, Beavis just resubscribed for 11 months. Lurk.
Thanks for the lurk, Beavis. Oh, just to explain that a little bit, Buttons, you do need to @ Beavis when you, or you do need to @ whoever you're trying to counter lurk in order for that one to work. QBasic doesn't understand that command without a target. It needs to take aim. Okay, Beavis successfully lurks. Nice to see you briefly. Thank you so much for the resub, Beavis. I really appreciate it. And also, enjoy your lurk. Wow. Nope. Beavis is committed to that lurk. No one can stop him. No one can stop him. Okay, so we are going to do the thing where we pay 500 coins to try again, and then probably the fuzzy is going to beat us. Oh, this one's tough because I first have to succeed on the RNG of the fuzzy, and then I have to succeed on the, like, pseudo RNG of the rock, paper, wizard, and it's just unfair. Like, theoretically, I should have a 2/3 chance of doing this. Oh, well. Well, I'm only poor because I had to pay for steak and, like, cards to beat up the steak. And so if I beat this Rochambeau Temple, I will be rich. Oh, you mean an Origami King. Never mind, actually. I will always be poor. I will be, like, multiples of 10 poor to your Origami King account. 330K. Okay. 30K. You know what, Buttons? I'm sure that you can improve that. I hear that, like, you can get a lot of money in Origami King. That's what I've been told. Okay, so we scissors, no, we rocked and tied last time. I'm just gonna paper. I can't think too hard on the fuzzy. I don't know what he's doing. Just look at him. Is there inflation? Again. This boy. Kimenzel. You might have been trying to make a joke. But just in case you forgot. Yes. There are balloons. Paper balloons. On right here. Right here. So we probably are dealing with inflation, actually. Good point. Okay. So time to go get myself another star. And then I'll come back to this temple. Inflation confirmed. You're right. You are right.
Stop judging me, Rochambeau Temple number 5.
Oh, Beavis makes a solid point, though. We also don't know what they're made of. We're told it's gold. I feel like they literally print money. I could have, Sammy Love, I could have considered everything for every reason. I try so hard not to overthink them because, like, some of them really are random. And it's not good for me to just, like, whole hog. I've done the first 4. How hard could the last 4 be? They're gonna be impossible. I just can't win at rock, paper, scissors. Even in real life, I can't. Why would a game be any different? It's really what it comes down to. Okay. So this is Redpepper Crater. Oh, good cat. I think it's called Cayman's Leer now. He's changed his emotes around. But you're right. Cayman's leave them dad jokes. Oh, did you see me, love? Well, congrats to you. Good job. I wish I could say the same, but most of the temples have taken me at least 2 tries. Woo! Okay, so we're back with these guys. Actually, I'm gonna Buzzy Beetle it. And then KO Hammer, I think. So the Buzzy Beetle is definitely going to kill the first guy, and it might also get rid of the other 2. Not entirely sure. Well, K-Menzel, I'm glad you feel appropriately called out. But just in case it doesn't, I'll paint up this KO Hammer and whack him. Beetle! Yeah, good call. Cool. Cool. Good combat. Great strategy. Oh, there's a toad here. Okay. There's a toad here, and he is afraid. Poor Mr. Toad. I will come help you with whatever it is you're trying to do, Mr. Toad.
Mario, maybe you can help me out with something. I work at the Tangerino Grill, and we've got this huge block of ice taking up space in our freezer. The chef asked me to come here to find something to melt the ice, but I can't jump that high. Got any pointers for me? I've never been good at jumping.
Well, Mario here is one of the best jumpers I've ever seen. He could probably go pro if he wanted to. So we'll go find the thing you're looking for and deliver it to the Tangerino Grill.
Wow, really? Thanks a bunch. I'm still on the clock, so I'm gonna go take a nap somewhere and rack up some overtime.
And then he leaps to the... Rude! I thought he said he couldn't jump. I saw your height there, Mr. Toad. Lies and deceit. Lies and deceit, chat. But that's okay, because now we've actually had our hint explained to us a little better. So the toad in the trash can told us that we needed to... Okay, good. That we needed to find something in inside a mountain, which we are inside right now, that was full of hot wind. And so even though I still don't know what that is, we now have met a toad who's telling us that the Tangerino Grill needs something to melt the ice in its freezer. So now we at least kind of know what to do with the thing when we find it. Okay. But I'm gonna fight these guys first. Ooh, a dry bones. Oh, and then another one of those guys. Okay. Do we know where the grill is? Yes, we do, Bad at Buttons. Tangerino Grill is a level that we have already played. We had to cook a steak after having cooked a pizza. It was very stressful, and it took several tries for the steak, but only one try for the pizza, which was impressive, to me, at least. I'm really tempted to use this triple hammer. Actually, what does Battlespin tell me? Ooh, 5. I want number 5. Gotcha. Well, so, Sammy, I can understand how it would be possible to do one try with the steak, but what I found on my playthrough was they didn't actually tell you what you were supposed to do until you tried it and failed it the first time. And then it took me an extra try because I was trying to experiment with the amount of damage, but we got there, and you know what? That's pretty good. So what am I gonna do? Gosh, I have a lot of double hammers. Okay. So I'm gonna start with a triple hammer, because I think that's gonna get rid of the first two, and depending on how I execute it, I might hit that third guy pretty well. I also might not, and so I would have loved a backup plan. Oh, you know what? I have iron jumps. I have... Okay, let me use one of these spin jumps and see what that does. So we'll start with this. This is very similar to the combat in the Redpepper volcano. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, we're fine. Ooh, Spike Top. That's a new card. I'm putting him at the back, chat. I hope I remember that I've done this. 6 and 5, and one little Spike Top. And in the meantime, I like that Blaze Hammer. And I kind of like having a double iron jump. Okay. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. Not bad. We're working on stuff. Ooh, an ice flower. I wonder if ice flowers are going to be useful in this level. It is. Ooh, triple iron jump. Yes. It kind of makes sense that they would be. Oh, oh, oh! That was a stressful jump. Oh, that one did not start rising as quickly as I expected it to. Okay, so what's this pattern? These guys are like rotations. Those coins definitely look like cardboard. Yeah, exactly. So we're told they're made of gold, but maybe the paint on them just imbues them. Oh gosh, I am not gonna make this. Okay, maybe I am. Nice. This is a lot to paint right here. But we got it. Dry bones, please stay collapsed. Sir. Okay, 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 okay. So we haven't been burned by any lava. That's good. Good start. So this is a piranha plant. This is 2 piranha plants. I dislike. Let's big ice flower them and see how that goes. This is going to take a lot of blue paint, and so it's not a sustainable tactic, but I am a little bit afraid of them. Okay. It worked, though. So that's good to know. No wonder we were dispensed an ice flower earlier. Aw, sweet. And they do have green, so we have recovered some of our ice flowers. Big hammer times 2! That's another new card. So, piranha plants. We haven't fought them before in this way that I recall. Okay, we fought a single piranha plant in Plum Park. A single piranha plant to get his bucket. I don't remember what I learned. I feel like I can iron jump on them. I feel like I can spin jump on them because I can spin jump and iron jump on spike tops. And so that's a good start. And we can definitely ice flower them. Lots and lots and lots of options. And probably if we pow them, they'll crumple. And if they crumple, then we should be able to jump on them. Okay. Ah! Oh, it's a fire piranha. It is a fire-breathing piranha. Oh, okay. So... okay. Ah! I think I'm gonna pow. And then I'm gonna assume that I execute the POW well. Okay, actually. Battle spin. Can I get another? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think I'm gonna miss. Okay, I got it. Sweet. So this is my strategy. I'm gonna POW. I'm gonna double iron jump. And then... some kind of hammer? I'll have a hammer times 2 as backup in case stuff isn't dead. So I'm looking at, the reason for my strategy for this is we have piranha plant, spike top piranha plant here. And so the second guy I want to jump on twice. Don't be surprised to find a fire-breathing piranha when you're literally in a volcano. That is fair about it, Buttons, but I didn't realize that they could attack me in, like, the world with fire. I thought they were gonna try to bite me. Because that's what they did in Thousand Year Door. So I'm learning. I just hope the POW works. This is my actual goal. Oh, yes! Wow! Oh, I flipped over the spike top! That's fantastic! Oh, if I'd gotten a great hit on that, that probably would have been better. However, can I get another? I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely want 5. Yes! I have the violent one again, chat. So the thing cards can be used in combat as well as being used to progress the story. And the bottle opener is like gruesome, and I kind of love it. So I have one of those again. But I'm gonna single jump on this piranha because he shouldn't be able to bite me since he is crumpled. So good use of a card that I'm not using very much right now. Hurrah! Bonus! And I get more green back, which is good. Oh my gosh. There are so many piranhas here! Ugh! I just got hit by fire because I thought I was close enough to swing my hammer, and they disagreed, apparently. Hit 2 things before we hit the piranha. Gotcha. Let's go for 5. So. I do need to take out the dry bones. And then the piranha. I am not using my singular jumps a lot, so this is my strategy. I don't know if it's going to work this time, but I think a single jump is going to take out a dry bones. And so I'm doing 2 single jumps for the 2 dry bones, and then I have the ice flower in the hopes that I can get all 4 hits on that piranha. And if I can do that, that's probably enough. So, are my calculations correct? One jump per dry bones does appear to be correct. So now, does 1 ice flower get rid of a piranha? It does indeed. Okay, good to know, good to know. I'm learning. Oh, there are 2 separate piranhas. I see. So let's fight the other piranha this time. Okay. So I need to start this with a double iron jump. 8. Oh, 1 too early. That was my fault. I knew it even as I was doing it. Okay, so that's fine, because I have double iron jumps, so I can still use one. So if I double iron jump the first guy, I'm going to send him spinning backwards, probably get rid of the second guy, and do a lot of damage to the piranha, but not all the damage to the piranha. So I still need to do something else. Sure. I don't feel like I need a lot of blue paint to paint this volcano, so I'm pretty satisfied to use it again, knowing that I'm probably going to get some green once I've defeated this piranha. Nice. It is overkill. But, you know, here we be. You're gonna throw fire-breathing piranhas at me. Oh, great timing! And I get a paint level up, which is gonna refill my blue. Good use of large ice flower. Cool. 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 Awesome. What? Oh, no.
You know, it's good to move forward, but sometimes you have to look back at where you've been, too. Did I sound like a life coach just then? Good. I've been working on opening a private practice.
Okay, so these guys have a pattern. One, two, three. Gotcha. Okay, I think I understand. I need to go back this way this time. And then I can make it all the way across. Gotcha! Okay, okay. There's a pattern. You could actually see my paint was low, so you knew it was quite low. That is true. That is fair. The ice flowers take about the big ones at least. The big ice flowers take about half my paint reserve in any particular color. So the big fire flowers take about half my red, and the big ice flowers take about half my blue. And I hadn't fully refilled it before using a second one. So, you know, that was just really good timing. Woo! Ugh! No, I was trying to hit the spike top. Why am I fighting fire now? Those flowers are thirsty, boys. You got it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. And these fire guys, so I've tried fighting them with jumps and I've tried fighting them with fire, and they just like blast heat at me anytime I get close to them. It doesn't damage me, but I can't get off the attack. And so I'm pretty sure ice flowers are the only things that you can fight lava bubbles with. And so it's good to have a reserve of those. At least there's only one. Yay! Okay, no, but for real. Stop shooting me! There is a random fire piranha that is like shooting me while I'm trying to run around and hit this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I will take that large ice flower and then I will use a smaller ice flower in its place. Because I do not need a large ice flower to get rid of this thing that I am fighting. There we go. Garlic Grove, welcome in! It is Lady Q in the morning. That sounds like a radio station, and I like it. But nice to see you. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good day so far. Gosh, I need tea. Yay! Now, I really need to hit this bloody guy. There we go. When am I starting my radio morning show? Unfortunately, possibly never. Yes! I got it anyway! Oh! I'm not usually good at the ones that I have to go like the full round on. That was awesome. That was awesome. And then I'm not even going to use it, because I value it too much, and it's fine. So I'm going to use a big hammer to hit the guy in front into the guy in the back. I super wish. And then a single iron jump to help me out in case he's not gone. That's what I'm going with. Okay, so KO hammer I hope I can hit. Cool. He's not gone. But now he's in his shell, so he's not going to hurt me either. So I get another battle spin. 7 or 10, I guess. Oh, I missed. Ho 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 ho. Terrible. I got the 8 card, which was not what I was aiming for. That's okay, because I didn't have any colored double jumps either. So I can spin jump on him to do damage. I can hit him with a hammer. I probably can't hit him with a blaze hammer. That's probably a bad idea. I'm just gonna iron jump on him again. This is fine. Send him flying into lava! Woo! I still got the perfect bonus. Okay, so we know we're getting shot at by a random piranha across the way, and I do not like that. Oh, that went in. Okay. Not what I expected. That was what I expected. Oh my gosh! I freeze in place when he hits me with fire. No! I didn't want to jump on him. This was fine. At least now I'm fighting him. This dude. He's so annoying. Okay. So we're finally fighting the fire piranha. Thank goodness. So we'll start with the battle spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I want. Let's see if I can get it. Perfect. So I'm going to start with 2 iron jumps on this spike top who is at the front. That's going to send him flying backwards. I don't know what's going to happen as a result of that. But the next dude is a lava bubble, which means if the lava bubble doesn't get hit, my strategy is very different. So I'm basically going to big ice flower and hope that I've done the right thing, because I have absolutely no idea what's still going to be alive. But I don't want to risk using anything else right now. So again, there goes like all of our blue paint, basically. Half of it is just gone, and that's okay. The battle strategy in these craters has been more complicated than previous battle strategy, which is really cool. Oh, perfect. Okay. So I could have used a small ice flower and been fine because the only one still living is the piranha, but I am okay with having used a big one to make sure. Woo! A little bit of green. Okay, so now I'm back to half blue. Oh, hello. And I think there are some secrets afoot here, chat. We go north. I'm gonna get this guy, big hurl hammer, and then I think, yep, not surprising. Huge hammer get. Very nice. Those are pretty nice cards. I think a huge hammer I want to kind of try and save for a boss fight. But ostensibly we've like used everything else here, and that's good. So I see a save brick in the background, but I don't see a way to get to it yet, though I am seeing there's like some stuff behind that wall. So I'm assuming at this point I go back on this guy, and then I can go up here, fight him. This is an interesting level to navigate. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if I can hit this. Got it. Woo! You know what? I'll just use it. This is fine. So that should get rid of both of these guys. It is kind of a rare card to get a colorized double iron jump, because I think I can only buy them uncolorized. But I already have a handful, and I don't know how much I'm going to need them after these levels are done, so I don't want to have too many. Oh, card management. It's always so much fun. So I think there's got to be some way for me to get to that little random platform to my right, because I need to paint something on it. But I don't know how currently. Ooh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 13. Got it! Oh my gosh! Oh, that's twice in a row. Ooh, I'm getting better at these battle spins, but like, sometimes they're hard when you're looking for something very specific. So again, I'm going to use the card that I just rolled on the battle spin, which is why I'm using the battle spins, frankly. Nice! I like me some perfect bonuses. And I get another spike top card, so I can actually use that one. Okay, so it's there. That didn't work. There it is. Okay, so that's nice and all. This now goes in and out again. But I can't get to it. So, I think I'm supposed to... So I had to go back here to paint that spot to make that thing extend and retract again. But I need to get to it on, like, the front. So what I'm gonna do is I know there's a platform here because I can see the spot that I need to colorize. I am just going to trust that this game is hiding things from me. Okay, so that got me back over there. But not on the other side. Okay. Okay. So, it was hiding something from me, but not what I expected it to be hiding from me. Oh! Okay. Not what I expected to be hiding from me, but that's actually cool. I didn't realize this came out this far. That works. So we have made our way to the save brick. Woohoo! Saving! My favorite thing. Oh my gosh, there are so many things that need to be fixed here. So much paint. Ooh, blue paint. That's nice of you. And that is a hammer, bro. Yep. That's what I thought. Okay. Fire flower is not really going to assist me in the middle of a volcano, I think. Of a volcano. So I need to paint that spot, but that hammer bro is also definitely going to throw fire at me. Ah, dang it. And then he's going to hit me, and that's fine. I don't think he can hit me at that angle. Okay. Whew. Two of them! Ugh! 2 fire bros is a lot of fire bros. Okay. And I have a lot of cards. So I think I'm going to start by pow bricking them, because that should crumple them and make them less effective. And then I am going to... There are a few temptations. So I'm going to big jump an ice flower, because I have like a bunch of ice flowers right now. And just see how much damage that does into who, and then we'll have a strategy for turn 2. Okay, so they are crumpled. Ooh. That big jump did a lot of damage. Cool, and ice is super effective, so never mind. Apparently that did all the damage that we needed it to do. Hooray! We get some more blue paint back. That's important. Okay, this lava looks frightening, so I'm gonna go this way. Oh no. Oh no. There's bombs. I think oh no, there's bombs and a bro. Oh, there are so many things. Wait, the bombs are gone now? Did he make them explode? I think the fire bro lit the bombs on fire. That's annoying. I can't currently get to him very easily. But I think I can still do what I'm here to do. Is that a spot that also needs to be colorized? Seems like no. Ha! So much dodging. Yeah, pretty much, Garlic Grove. This is the level filled with fire. There is... yay. But I found a door. What's interesting is I kind of expected to find a hint, and I think I have, but not in the way that I expected. So I'm gonna, first of all, take a look at how many cards I have. 91? Okay, that's not too many. to do the door. I think I usually net a maximum of 5 cards. Put them on ice! Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Very funny. Very funny. I should take stock of my cards again. Because I've made so much progress in collecting things. There's 8 cards at the front now. And then we have 5 of those mushrooms before the, like, 12 of these guys, and then 2. Okay. But the jump and 2 blaze hammers are first. Okay. 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 So, let's play a game. It's gonna be the blue game again, because blue game is match, and I like it. Flipping cards. So, there's a grid of cards here. We're gonna flip them with a hammer and see if we can match them. Ooh, only 35 seconds this time. Cork. Jump. Hop, hop, slipper. Oh no! No problems. They've given me 50 seconds for those before, and so the fact that that one was only 35 is really interesting to me. Please don't have reloaded the bombs. Yay, it didn't. Okay, so I don't like that hammer guy, but I think I know what I'm supposed to do. This seems really dangerous using lava as stairs, but I think I get to do it from the secret pocket dimension in the background, and so I'm probably not going to get hurt. It still seems very dangerous to use lava as stairs. I don't recommend this. Don't try this at home, folks. Yay, teleportation! Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so that bro is going to wreck me if I do not get over there. So we can deal with the stuff that needs to be colorized after. Oh gosh. So we start with the double iron jump. Whew. My goodness. Do I have enough space to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe. Okay, so we're going to start with the double iron jump. And then we need to wreck this bro somehow. I don't know how much damage he's going to have left. So I'm just going to use some of the cards that I picked up just in order to use them. It's fine. Because I at least have a mushroom to use on turn 2 if I don't happen to obliterate them all. We have so many thing cards and I love it. Okay. So we start, and this might have a wall. So I need to be aware of that. This might count as a wall. It might not. I'm not actually sure what the rules are. So this guy might come flying back at me as soon as I'm done. Oh, I really like the detail that the door that I went through in the background. Yep, he did come back. That's okay. I love it. The door in the background is already closed off back there. That's so cool. Welcome back, Buttons. We used lava as stairs. And now we're up here. That is what has been accomplished. Okay. Gotcha. And I can't tell what I'm supposed to paint in this area. So I'm just whacking a bunch of things. Okay, I think maybe there was nothing to colorize here, because all of this came up rainbow, which is fine. So through the door it is. Okay. Let me check our status real quick. 100% colorized. We are coming to the end, folks. Interesting. We are coming to the end, and there is a platform right here. Why do I feel as though if I step onto this platform, something's going to happen? Because I see a room at the back, and I can't get to it. Which means something's got to happen. Oh my gosh. That is a big lava bubble. Oh, thank goodness the shy guy is here to translate.
He said, "Who are you and what are you doing in my volcano?" Now he said, "This is my living room. How would you like it if I just walked into your living room?"
I mean, I would probably not enjoy that very much because then my living room would be on fire. But that's a fair point. Looks like a spicy meatball. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, now he's mad at me.
He goes on, "I've got the temperature set just the way I want it in here. If you don't like it, too bad. Don't even think of letting any of the heat out."
Wow, Beavis, you're rolling well today. That is an impressive entrance right there.
Do you even know how much it costs to heat this place? The rocks don't melt themselves, you know. I actually think he's wrong about that. The rocks do melt themselves, but he seems pretty mad anyway.
Oh, we're fighting now. Okay. I don't get to choose that. We're just fighting.
Oh, he's giving you a warning. That's pretty thoughtful for an enemy. He said, "I'm literally made of fire, and you're made of paper. Good luck kindling, bahahaha."
Are we the bad guys? Maybe. But sometimes we feed magma burgers to Dragodon, and so, like, if this guy had just given us an option of crossing, I don't think we would need to fight him. I would also be mad if I had the perfect temperature and someone let all the heat out. It's fair. I don't know what we were doing that was letting the heat out, though, so maybe not as thoughtful as I originally thought. Yeah, it just seems kind of like mockery. Rude? Did he just hurt the shy guy with that jazz. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna mushroom. I wonder if a hurl hammer will hit him. And so I kind of want to try it just out of curiosity. Mostly because I don't feel as threatened by this guy as I probably should. Because then I'm just gonna big ice flower him. And we're gonna see how much of his health that takes away. Because truly I don't know. So, little bit of heal. Garlic Grove, that would have been a good turn. Three mega ice flowers. Super turn. Cool, so hurl hammers actually do hit him. That did not do a lot of damage though. Okay. Oops, I missed my block. It's so hot in here, I'm taking automatic damage just for being here. I only have so many mega ice flowers, and so I don't want to waste them all. But y'all are right. Ice flowers required. I think I will probably use another one. I'm not sure hot tea will help me in this instance. But I'm so tempted to, like, use one of these. Actually, if the camera just means he damages someone other than me and it doesn't do damage, this isn't a bad time to use it. Because we actually know what this one does already. So I will use that just because. And then we'll use another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll use another big ice flower. Why not? Fire extinguisher. That is a funny idea, actually. Oh, I don't have it though. Phooey! If I had the fire extinguisher, I would 1000% use it here and see what happens. Because it worked on Morton. It put out his hammer. This is fine. I know. Super bummer. This is fine. It's probably bad that I don't feel particularly threatened by this combat, but I don't. I probably should, but I don't. That's interesting. I got an excellent execution on that. I wonder if that has given my, my, like, paper self more health. Because normally, excellent has to do with the amount of damage that you're doing. But, like, this card doesn't do damage. Oh, he's sad! Oh boy, he did turn it to ash, though. He's sad and I've invaded his home and I should feel bad about it. So, now what's my plan? I feel like I don't want the biggest follows, though, Garlic Grove, because this guy's pretty big, and I wouldn't like it if he were following me. Do y'all think a single is enough? Single ice flower? I'm not sure either. But I don't want to waste a second one if I don't have to. Okay, that was enough. We're fine. So... Oh. I see. So that really was required. That's a shame. I'm sorry, my dude. I did need to walk through your living room. But like, did I need to, or did I just do it because I'm selfish? And I prioritize saving the world over that Lava Bubble's privacy in his own living room. I'm sorry. Those toads were all in underwear and they got embarrassed when I walked in. That is what just happened. That is what I saw. Oh, this game has some explaining to do. Hello. Anyone else see that shadow in the background? Okay, I didn't line it up correctly. I see a shadow in the background. I mean, it's probably not shadow. Shadow's not in this game. Hello? Oh, it's Luigi. Hey, Luigi. Thanks for the money. That's real nice of him. Okay. Oh! Oh, a thing that blows hot wind. I understand now. Warning, water contains water. Water is hot. Water will get you wet. Please do not sue us. Officially my favorite warning sign of all time. Haha! I can knock the buckets over. Ooh, blue paint. That's nice. I don't have very much blue paint. I will take some of that. Thank you. And then... Sorry, this guy has a scarf. He's definitely some kind of, like, rescue. Never mind. This is Confidence Toad. Hey, sorry.
Hey man, if you got it, flaunt it, and boy have I got it.
You know what? You're right. But speaking of got it, I need to get this. For reasons. Blows searing hot air that can dry out or melt practically anything.
You borrowing the dryer? Just be sure to bring it back. It's no fun being soggy all day. Toad number 44 of the rescue squad.
Oh boy. Yep, thanks, Huey. This thing does seem like it could melt a huge block of ice at the restaurant. You're right, entirely. But it also seems like something that I might need for the museum. So I found the thing, but I haven't found any paint stars yet to end the level, which is a bit confusing. This hot spring could be hotter. That's fair. Feel like we know each other well, Mario, but not watch each other take baths well. Oh, there's another rescue squad Toad. Boy, I'm glad I talked to all of these guys because he was hiding. Why were you... Actually, hold on. Mr. Toad, can you please come back? Why were you fully clothed in the hot spring? I have questions. Oh, this healed me! That's so nice! Buttons! It does! And the best part is it does after a period of time. And I didn't... Yeah. I didn't know that it was gonna do that, but then it did. I'm glad that I was distracted. Oh, Huey. Uh-oh. That's true. Maybe it wouldn't have happened if you didn't say anything. Oh, Huey is, Huey might be leaving me? You know, I don't think I've ever thanked you for all you've done for me. I basically forced you to come on this adventure. That's not cool. I'm really sorry, dude. Well, I hope you find the princess and everything. You should come back here when you do. I'll be here, man. I'm never leaving this place. That's true. I can't blame him. Wait, what am I saying? Let's get out of here before I get too relaxed. We've got paint stars to find. I mean, I am happy to do that because I am suspicious of where this waterfall has landed. Oh, yo! Secret hot spring in the back of the hot spring with bad guys? Ah, I'm not even a sniff it anymore, man. I'm converting to a soak it. Yeah, me too. Bowser works us too hard. Legit. What even is this? Sorry, what are these shy guys looking at? Hello? It's so beautiful. Okay, are you looking at the paint star? Why, I never! Wait, they were looking at the boo? Chat, I'm so confused. Okay, I'm not gonna think very hard about the implications of any of what we just saw. I'm gonna take the star and we're gonna leave. No, I don't want another Rochambeau temple. Actually, I can't even beat the first one you gave me. Game. Okay, where are we going next? Oh, to the Tangerino Grill, I see. Well, nice of them to make that super easy for me. But... Ooh. On an island. I have a Rochambeau temple to try again. A letter has arrived. That's great. I'm busy, though. Hello, Jinx. Good morning to you. Nice to see you here. How you doing? We're failing at rock, paper, scissors. That's what we're doing. Cool. Hints are still the same. Let's try this for the 5th time. Woohoo! This one really is like kicking my butt. Oh wow. I merited a walk back from town for you to tune in. That's very kind of you, Jinx. So, when I've faced the fuzzy before, scissors and rock have been successful and paper has caused me to lose twice. So I'm not doing paper. I'm overthinking it already. RNG is awful. Will I though, Toad? 6th try, here we come.
Helms just resubscribed for 11 months. 11 months and Mario is still made of paper. Lady quilt, lady quilt, lady quilt.
RJ Helms, nice to see you. Thank you very much for 11 months of resub. You're right. It feels like no matter how many months we sub, there's gonna be so much paper and so much Mario. Just because RNG is currently 6th in the LPL. Okay, Menzel, I knew you were gonna go there. Hold on, I've got an emote for this. And that emote is that one. I liked Lady Quilt. That was fun. That was fun. Nice to see you, RJ, and thank you very much for that resub. That's very wonderful of you. Hope you're enjoying your day and you're having a happy Wednesday. I'm getting my butt whooped by rock, paper, scissors. This is what's happening in my morning. I cannot win with this fuzzy. Okay. We get another paint star. We come back for try number 7. Like, even that one, I'm supposed to have a 1 in 3 chance of at least tying that fuzzy, and I've lost to him 4 times out of the 6 times I've played this. So I have a 2/3 losing streak on a 1/3 probability. This is why I say I'm getting my butt kicked. No one's fault but my own. It's fine. I have mail. I'm gonna go check my mail. And I'm gonna be bitter. So the worst part about this chat, I'm not above cheating. Never have been. I have absolutely looked up walkthroughs for the Rochambeau temples. There aren't any because they're just RNG. And so even the walkthroughs that like tell you that they're not RNG are still RNG. And so the thing about this particular temple, when you look at how to beat it, is it says for the fuzzy, it's RNG, but he'll stick to his chosen card if you like at least tie him. And so it's still based on that probability. That's a good question, C-Jinx. I don't know that I know that. Has anyone been tracking that? Oh, we faced him 4 times today and twice last stream. Because he did do that this time in these 2. It is a good post office bop, RJ. And it's got some real good flute, which is beautiful. Good oboe, too. I wonder if that... So, C-Jinx, the difficulty is we've only ever faced him twice when we've gone in. And so I'm not sure that even the game would have background tracking once I've restarted the level. But maybe it does? Oh, we have another letter from Luigi. Hey, big bro. It's your brother, Luigi. Tall guy with the green hat. Have you ever seen a door with spinning panels? Well, once you've been through a door, it gains an extra color. Not red, blue, or yellow like the standard colors, but a rainbow one. Maybe you should check it out, eh? You know what, Luigi? That was great advice, except I've definitely already done that. Oops. Like, the post office bop is just a rearrangement of Port Prisma's, like, main theme, but it sounds so good with the reorchestration. It's so good. Oh, wait. I'm going to places in the wrong order. I skipped a thing. Here we go. I need to go to the museum to drop a couple of things off. Then I need to go to the ringer to pick up another hairdryer so that when I go to Tangerino Grill, it actually, like, works. But I was forgetting what order I needed to do those things in. Okay, so C-Jinx, if your logic is correct, that means that on the next time the fuzzy's going to choose scissors. And so someone needs to remember that for me. Because I am going to get another paint star, I hope. And then I'm going to try it again, I hope. Hold on, I know how to remember it. Perfect. So the next time I face that fuzzy, I will assume that it will throw scissors, and we will see if your logic is correct. Okay. We donating more cards. It be what it do. And then we're gonna go buy another hairdryer. So Trash Can Toad isn't going to give us another hint until we've used this hairdryer. So we're going to buy it, use it, and then come back and ask for another hint. It is. All of the music, like, this has just been consistently true across the board when it comes to the Paper Mario games. Every single piece of music is amazing in its own way. I do think the villain music has been surprisingly good. Like Mr. L's music in Super Paper Mario, Bowser's music in the OG Paper Mario, like, they've been so good. Which is neat. Thanks, Ringer. I appreciate being told to have fun. So, I know that we need to go back. So there were 2 stars in Redpepper Crater. I did not see anywhere where a star could be. But it says there's 2. And I also didn't see anything that was blocking us. So I'm suspicious. Okay. Tangerino Grill first, though. So, let's go fix the problem that they're having at the grill. Toad Trainworks, Tangerino Grill. This only has 1 star, though. And I've already got it. Gosh, all these happy toads are they just live here now. They just live here now. They're not even eating anymore. I'm glad I noticed this when we were here originally. So, again, one of the wonderful features of this game is you can use cards to interact with reality. So I've cut out a nice little square. And now I'm going to pop a hairdryer into it. We're going to see if we can melt this ice. Cool? That's a fun thing.
Oh, now I can use the freezer. I want to save the final piece of Mamma Mia pizza to have as a late night snack.
Make sure you eat it on Friday, Chef.
As a sign of our appreciation for your help, please squeeze this strange object as much as you'd like.
I will. I don't know what this thing is or what it's for, but I want it. Wait, I didn't read that. Hold on. So the magnifying glass makes things appear larger than they are, can also fry ants and other various creatures. Interesting. So I now have a magnifying glass. What can I do with a magnifying glass? Something, one would assume. I mean, I can start by donating it to the museum. And then buying another one. Is there anything that's super small that needs to be embiggened? So Settled on Beavis, that is a good question. And actually, weirdly, I think I have 2 answers. And I'm not sure what to do first, especially since I'm like somewhat obsessed with going back to the Redpepper Crater, but that's okay. Maybe this isn't the time for that. So there are actually 2 things I know of that have specifically been things that are too small. One of them, this is stretching my memory way back. I went to the Sacred Forest, and there were 3 stars in the Sacred Forest. One of them was just there. One of them involved me going all the way around the whole Secret Forest and beating up a bunch of Goombas to get it back. And in the corner of the Secret Forest, there was a pipe, And I tried to use the pipe, and I was told it was too small for me to use. I was too big to fit in it. And so I think there might be an angle somewhere there that I'm supposed to stand at in order to use the magnifying glass to make the pipe bigger. But there's also here. Right here. Because that red series of lines makes a square. And this toad's problem, because I picked him up in the sacred forest, and I picked him up in the area of the sacred forest that was small. His problem is that he's too small to be a rescue toad. I mean, they're both worth tries, it feels like, but I kind of want to... So I'm going to donate this to the museum. I'm going to buy the magnifying glass again, and then I'm going to check the trash can toad to see if he's giving me a hint for the magnifying glass at all. Because it seems like a really versatile item. Also, I feel like in combat, it would just use the sun to burn everybody, and I kind of want to see that because that sounds like a lot of fun. I am never one of those kids that fried ants on the sidewalk, but it's an interesting strategy in a world made of paper. So, let's go buy another one of these dudes and see what happens when we use it on that little toad. Because he has the advantage of being right here, and therefore very easy to check. Magnifying glass, please. That is what I would like you to squeeze for me today. There's only 3 more thing cards that I'm missing. Oh, it made me look so big. That was funny. Pop. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you, Ringer. I will have fun. I will have so much fun. Okay, Mr. Toad in the trash can. Where are we at? A thing that makes the small look big. Perfect. So, he is giving me a hint for a magnifying glass, which means I am supposed to use it for whatever I do next. So I'm going to go over here. Because he's small. Oh, not standing in quite the right place. Oh, I'm not far enough away, or I'm not close enough. I might not be close enough. Yeah, okay, I wasn't close enough. This is fine. So this is definitely a spot to cut out to drop a card in. And it is directly over that toad. I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, it is working though. Whoa, look at that zoom in. He's so extra pixelated. Okay.
Wait, what happened? I feel different. Mario, did you shrink?
No, silly. You've gotten bigger.
Wow, this is great. Anyone got a basketball? I'm gonna go see if I can dunk. No, wait, even better. Now I can join the rescue squad.
That is correct.
Excuse me, sir.
Great Scott! How many vegetables did you eat? You're more than qualified for the rescue squad now, son. Welcome to the team.
Thank you, sir.
Yay!
I can't believe my dreams are coming true.
Yes, yes, of course. Now you'll start out as a mere trainee, of course, but I see great things in your future. Yay! We completed the side quest. Oh, an apprentice squad. Since I haven't yet met my captain, I'll wait here. That's amazing. Okay, how are we doing with this, though? Okay, that isn't the person I thought I was talking to. Here's the latest rescue squad info. Not currently in contact with all the rescue squad leaders. If you find a leader, please remind them to report in. Okay, so he's not giving me any hints about that jazz. That's fine. So let's go back to Trash Can Toad. Mr. Trash Can Toad, please. Sir? I would like to have a chat with you. What are you telling me to go get now? Interesting. You must seek a thing that makes the small look big inside the coolest part of the kitchen. How fascinating. He is still giving me the hint for the magnifying glass. So it wasn't for the apprentice toad, because they didn't do anything. Okay. So I wasn't wrong that that was the correct thing to give to the apprentice toad, but that also wasn't apparently how to continue the story. So I am going back to remembering that pipe and to thinking that we probably need to head back towards the sacred forest, which might prompt us for something in the Redpepper volcano. Like, there's been so much back and forth. It's fine. So this is allowing us to progress. Haha, haha. My paint right now is max 420. My maturity is very low. It's fine. Gosh, I just have so many cards that I'm not sure I need. That's fine. We shall use them. World map, please. Yes. Sacred Forest. There we go. See? We are still missing a star in the Sacred Forest. So we've done all of the colorization, but we didn't get all the paint stars. Oh, right. All the toads are depressed because there's no turnip. It's fine. Please get in the pipe, Mario. So, the Sacred Forest did start out being pretty big with the Mondo Woods. Sure. But now in this one, Biggin. Beavis, thank you very much for redeeming Word of the Stream. I appreciate that. Our word of the stream today shall be embiggened, because we have things that need to be embiggened today. That is a great word, and I really enjoy it. So, ooh. It gives me like massive Charlie and the Chocolate Factory vibes. Was that a word used in that context ever? It originated from The Simpsons. That makes a lot of sense. That is the right category of humor for that kind of word. It's just such a lovely word. I punched my camera. I apologize. Embiggen gets to be our word of the stream. Thank you again, Settle Down Beavis, for that. It's just such a lovely word because it's one of those words that, like, even if it's not a real word, like, it feels like it should be because it has such a clear-cut definition based on our understanding of word parsing, and I love that about it. So, fantastic. We get ourselves some embiggened. A noble spirit embiggens the smallest man. My goodness. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to hit this Goomba. Oh, that Goomba got the jump on me. Quote from Jebediah Springfield. Oh, of course it would be. Oh, now it's in the dictionary, is it? That checks out. I've been here before. I fought these guys. They tiny. Yay! I love that many dictionaries actually understand the value of like keeping up with words people are actually using. And so they're adjusting with time. Oh, cromulent. I didn't know cromulent was... Oh, that's a... Kamek! Get out of here, Kamek! Uh-oh, what have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Quick! Eat hammer, don't use the second one. Hop slipper, fire flower. Oh. Well, I'm just gonna waste a double hammer. Thanks, Kamek. I'm so annoyed by this Koopa. Makes sense if Shakespeare can make words, so can The Simpsons. Yeah, exactly. So much of that is just made up anyway. Like, who are we to suggest? Okay, so Jinx, the Scrabble dictionary is not the same as the rest of the dictionary. But I appreciate that point. I will take this. I will leave. Oh, I need to go across that bit. Right, I forgot. Shakespeare didn't even make up half the words he's supposed to have made up. Just the authors of the Oxford English Dictionary are like, well, I know I saw that in Shakespeare and I refused to do any further research. To be fair, K. Menzel, they were trying to make a dictionary, and that's a lot of work. All words are made up, it just needs to be acknowledged by a large portion. Exactly. And that's like kind of true as to the meaning of language and its colloquial use as well. If most people are using a word in a certain way, that should be its primary definition. And so like that kind of lands me on my like little rant about berries, because scientifically and like for cooking, they've landed on different definitions of berries. And I'm like, cool, but most of us aren't scientists. Most of us aren't eating them. And so we need to know what we're eating. And it just feels like science could have picked a better word. Language is just like a social construct, man. But actually, you're right. Berries are a social construct and so are fish. You're not wrong. Okay. So. I'm going to use the magnifying glass here, and then we're going to see what happens. Because this pipe is too small for me, but now that I look at it, do you guys see like this kind of stretched rectangle around it? Yeah. Sure, okay, that's an optical illusion. Love it. Raspberry ras bunches because they're not berries, but they're made of berries. That's true. Berry confit on salmon is a delicious construct. Okay, Menzel. I would agree with you, but you said salmon. There's no accounting for taste. So, magnifying glass 2.0. Let's see if we can make this pipe bigger. If you ever watched the Grand Tour on Amazon Video, you know what? It is on my list. I want to watch it. Chicken are just higher order vegetables. That's fair. You're right, K. Menzel. It sounds pretty much exactly like what those guys would say. Okay, there we go. We have created a pipe that we can now fit in. So let's explore the rest of Sacred Forest, apparently. Okay, the rest of Sacred Forest is a green paint star. There it is. Man, you've got some luck, Mario. Can't believe we found a paint star so deep in the woods. After having, like, left and come back multiple times. Uh-oh. The cutscene is continuing, chat. I'm worried. What's the matter, Mario? Grab that thing and let's roll like a paint roller. I don't see any trouble around here, but maybe I glossed over it. Get it? Gloss? 'Cause paint? Well, I don't see you making any good puns. Kamek, fight me. stop getting in my way?
Mario, fancy meeting you here. I've heard much about your exploits, searching for the big pink stars, journeying here and there. Lord Bowser went to the trouble of scattering those paint stars, and you're undoing his hard work. In other words, you're being Mario. You may have bested us before, but this time will be different. You'll leave this battle looking like a pile of confetti. Confetti in a parade honoring our fearless Koopa King. I've sized you up, Mario, but my magics may size you down.
Size you down? He's gonna shrink us, isn't he? Uh-oh. Wait, am I actually... Okay, I know I said fight me, Kamek, but am I actually fighting him? Bring it, old man! We'll make you wish you were never painted.
Oh, goodness. Big words for such a little can.
Oh, no. I haven't checked my hand. Chad, I haven't checked my hand!
But with Mario here, I must take every precaution. Prepare yourself for the fury of the Koopa magics.
We are actually fighting Kamek. Okay.
Kickity-ca, kickity-coo, make Mario the size of a shrew.
Well, by some Shakespearean definitions, I'm a shrew. Does that make Mario my size? No, I think he's a little shorter than me.
It's itsy little Mario. Let's see you stomp some Goombas now, you greedy little coin snatcher. True power needs not material wealth.
Okay. Oh my gosh, and he put my cards backwards. So this is gonna ruin my hand, chat. What do I remember? I think that's a thing card. And then these guys at the front. Actually, let me double check. Slate. Okay. Does anyone remember if I had 6? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the worst fight. I'm kind of trying to get the, I want the bottle opener. And so that's my first guess as to where it might be. That might be a fire flower. Oh, no, wait. That's definitely a fire flower. Big jump of some description. That might be a blaze hammer. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it. Nope. Chat, this is terrifying me. So, what I think I remember is my thing cards. What have I got hiding at the back here? My thing cards need to be painted. But my replicated thing cards don't need to be. So let's try that one instead. Oh. My only clue, the only clue that I have right now is the paint meter. And a vague recollection. Okay. Nice. Maybe. Okay, I got the bone. Oh, okay. It was replicated, but I think I had to go 2 cards further. That's okay. It's a bit of a waste of the bone. But I do love Princess. I did get a Fire Flower and Blaze Hammer though, so he did dodge out of the way for some of that damage. Wow, he's big. That's like half his health though. Good blocks.
Lippity lap, lappity licks, trim your hand right down to 6.
Oh! Oh, so like every turn he's gonna change which thing he uses to irritate me. I actually kind of like that better. Oh. They're still backwards.
Paralyzed by choice, are we? Me to help. And you're never getting your other cards back.
Okay, they're still backwards. But none of them need to be painted. I don't know what any of them are. I can't paint any of them. Gosh, I hope they're not like... Oh, you got my huge hammer! You jerk! This is fine. That actually isn't a bad card to use in a boss fight, so... Nice. Look at that. I do not like that he is affecting my ability to heal.
Kubatika, where's your hand? Oops, it's gone.
Oh, does this mean I have to battle spin?
Oh, you didn't want those cards, did you? You can always pay for a battle spin. Cross your fingers for a good card.
Actually, I very much wanted this. 5. Oh, no, wait, there was a thing. Darn. That isn't the one I was aiming for. But that was my fault for pegging the wrong thing. We can do this. I believe. Besides, he's probably going to change what we have to do next anyway. He didn't. Yay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're only going to let me get one card a turn, I know how to aim. So now we get to see what the hairdryer does in combat. Whatever it was great.
Huh? No, but how? I was so busy tormenting Mario that I failed to realize my color has drained completely. Which means the words I'm now speaking are my last. Quick, Kamek, say something profound. Did I lock my front door this morning? God, no! Curse you, Mario! With my last ounce of power, I'll trap you in this forest forever! I'm going to make you so big you'll never fit in a pipe again, plumber boy! Thanks, C-Jinx. Oh, I guess I only had enough power left to turn you back to normal size. Shoot.
His last words. Shoot.
My power drained. My once striking visage so pale and colorless, like a bleached boo riding a beached blooper. Say that 10 times fast.
I couldn't even say that once.
Bah,
You could probably do it anyway. You're one tough cookie, Mario. My Koopa Magics, which were once called a veritable all-you-can-eat buffet of chaos by the Prisma Times, were not enough to stop you. I admit defeat. You've earned my respect all over again. Here, you deserve this more than I. Cough. Wait, legit? Ah! Card max up! I now get 4 turns in combat. Woo! Thanks for that, Kamek, but it still doesn't make up for all the terrible things you've done. The forests are still the wrong size. Are you even listening? Oh my gosh, and then he exploded. I'll take that as a no. Amazing. I have so many turns now. Okay, what did I ruin? Oh, I had a cork thing right there. I could have used that. So I actually got the things that I expected to get from the front end of my hand. What's going on? Oh, that explains it. It's because he gave me the 6 cards. 4, 5, 6. I missed it by 1. Chat, I missed it by 1. That's fine, though. Honestly, fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. We're going to sort some stuff. I am actually pretty happy with how that went, given that that was like abject chaos. No, I don't want to trash the Blaze Hammer. I'm just trying to move it to the front of the deck. Hop Slipper can also go to the front of the deck, as can all of these things that need to be colorized. Actually, that one can go there. This is fine. Cool. Oh boy. That is not how I expected that to go. I kind of expected there would be another, like, small area to explore. And, like, there was another small area with a star in it, but that was literally just enter here for a boss fight, and I kind of love that. Uh-oh, that gives me a new level, and I haven't finished Redpepper Volcano. What are you called? Green Energy Plant. Oh, what? This is amazing. Hi. So, we have the green energy plant. We're also missing a star from Redpepper Crater. And I'm going to ignore both of those things. And we're going to go for attempt number 7. For which we are going to assume that the fuzzy plays scissors. Oh my gosh, my health needs work. That's fine. We'll fix it. Is that what you want me to do? I think either way it's fine. Right, was the last time I played rock and the fuzzy beat me with scissors? Or the fuzzy beat me with paper, and so... Okay, well I'm gonna try scissors. Because at least it'll be a tie? No. No. Then in that case, no. Because the fuzzy using rock is definitely not what should have happened. So, okay, so do we think he's going to use paper this time? Because he used rock last time? Is that the cycle order that you were thinking, C-Jinx? Because I do get one more shot at this. It's going to happen. It exists. Okay. Please stop doing that, Stream Elements. So maybe. I'm gonna try scissors. Again. Fight me, Fuzzy. Okay. Maybe. So, like, you might be right. So he played paper. Let's remember that. He played paper. He played paper. He played paper. He played paper. So I won with scissors. This time I'm supposed to try rock because this guy has a high chance of playing scissors. And if he doesn't play scissors, he'll usually play rock, I think is what that hint is. Cool. So I won with scissors. I won with rock. What am I going to use to fight the rock, paper, wizard this time? By what logic should I have known to use rock there? This does not bode well for Temple 8. That's all I'm saying. I think it's time to face it, chat. I'm really bad at rock, paper, scissors. Yep. That's the one. Such is life. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So, the problem with the rock, paper, scissors is that there's no body language to go with these paper competitors. You are correct. And also there's no logic or humanness behind them. This isn't really any form of artificial intelligence. And so they really are very not predictable. It's bad. It's bad for me specifically. Apparently, so I think before you were here, CJinx, there was someone named Sammy Love in chat. Apparently, they beat every temple first try when they were playing this game, which is kind of amazing. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate, CJinx, for 69 channel points. Nice. I did want to do that, because as fun as my voices are, they can also be kind of hard on my voice. So, here's what we've accomplished. We've checked our mail. Twice, in fact. We've checked our mail. We've found some things, used some things. We actually made a lot of progress with that magnifying glass. That was interesting. We've got a little bit more museum that we've made some progress on. And we're not done Redpepper Crater yet. But I also haven't been told by the game to go there again. So there is a second paint star there. It was nice to have you, CJinx. I'm actually finishing up now, so thank you for being here. Thank you for the compliment. I'm glad that you had fun watching. I will be live again playing this more tomorrow morning as well. Assuming that I live through my workday, you know, just lots of assumptions. But I should be live again tomorrow morning, playing more of this. So we're going to continue waiting to see if we get a hint about Redpepper Crater so that we know what we're supposed to do there to get that second paint star. But we also at least have the green energy plant to explore now. So all sorts of things to do. It should be a fun time. And hopefully some of you will be able to come back and hang out. So in the meantime, we are going to go on a raid. So I'm just going to drop my messages into chat for y'all. And who are we going to visit today? Let's take a look. Okay. So not a lot of choice for me, but that seems pretty fun. We're going to go visit Kemi today. So looks like Kemi is playing Monster Hunter Rise, which has been a fun-ish game for me to watch. I've never played it, but I have enjoyed watching it. So feel free to pop by, say hi to Kemi, hopefully enjoy some of her content as well. Thank you so much to everyone who is here. I had a lot of fun, and I hope I'll see some of you again tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. EDT again. And yeah, in the meantime, keep it cute, keep it fun. Don't get too warm outside. It is an awful day out. Stay safe, stay safe, stay safe, and have a lovely time. Bye.